guys, welcome back to another video. I got a fun one today. This is going to be like a reaction video of me going over one of the matches that my friends over at Shakariki-s did. It's one of the YouTube videos, or one of the YouTube channels that I introduced in my other video where I went over 3 of my favorite Japanese One Piece TCG YouTubers, and they gave me the okay. They're actually really excited that I'm doing this, and I'm going to just look at some of their videos and do like a reaction and check out some of the matches. So this one that we're looking at is Sakazuki versus Yamato, and the Yamato player is actually the Yamato player who got the 13th place at the Japanese Nationals a few weeks ago. So really excited. As a Yamato main myself, this is the first one that I wanted to do. Shout out to all the Yamatos out there, because we can beat Sakazuki's any day of the week. Let's go. But let's see how this one goes. I'm just gonna start it now and kind of go over it. I'll try and give you guys, like, you know, any important things that they're saying, or just go over some of the plays, and let's just have fun and watch it. Obviously it's in Japanese, so if you don't know some of the cards, you might have to look them up. Normally it's Tago and Roy who play each other, but today it's Tago versus Kuma. And yeah, this is right after the Japanese Nationals. They recorded this, so they got Kuma to come on, and they're going over like the what you can see here just real quick. So he got 13th place, and unfortunately, out of the one Moria that was in all of the Nationals, he had to play him first. A big like Jonas NL versus Purple Luffy vibes there. And he had to go second. Katakuri went second, won. Reiju went second, won. And then Sakazuki went first, won. And Sakazuki had to go second and lost. So at that point, he, with 2 losses, I believe, had to drop out and got 13th place. So that's kind of what they're going over there. Now they're starting. So they do this cool little like dice roll thing. And actually Yamato wins Kuma wins the dice roll and chooses to go second, which I respect that so much, because I do, when you're running the Sky Island build, I choose second sometimes. And I know some people will tell you just always go first, but there are some matchups, there are some situations where you can go second. And yeah, they're talking here how there was only one Moria and he had to play them because he was expecting to play tons of Sakazuki, right? So this build is like literally built to beat Sakazuki. It's kind of like the more aggro Sky Island build. He's running 2 sugars, 4 Ezos. Well, all of them run Ezo, but he's got a lot of things to deal with, you know, 4 cost or less blockers, essentially, right? All right. So starting here, Sakazuki's going first. Trashes Lucci. Gets that draw. Maybe not the best thing that he's expecting. Yamato obviously doesn't have any plays here. So he drew into another Great Eruption, so he's just using it to get the draw. But the TCG there is actually really clutch. Using leader effect to trash T-Bone. Kind of like saying, like, I'm not gonna protect the first swing. Getting Houndblaze. Yeah, trashing your 2k counter is like a kind of risky move there. Because yeah, he's just going 9,000 at leader. And he's saying he knew he wasn't going to be able to counter out of it anyways. That's why he trashed the T-Bone. Which is actually, you know, like, not the worst play in the world. Like, if you know you're not going to be able to counter out. You could still keep the 2k counter, though. Just in case you got, like, another a banish swing coming a turn or 2 later. So he counters out of the 5k. Use leader effect. Trash the Helmeppo. Gets the Brook. Another Tashigi. These searchers, Tashigi and Brand New, are actually really good against Yamato, because after a turn or 2, they become like cheeky little 5k attackers that really hurt Yamato. Yamato does not do well against like a lot of 5-6k attacks. Playing Brook out of off of Rebecca effect there. Setting up so that he can KO whatever gets on the board, right? So he doesn't have a lot of plays here, so he's going to play Sugar. The SP is so sick, I want that. Resting Rebecca and just perfectly... This is why you go second. This is why you go second, is because you have these perfect... You have the 9k swing turn 2, and then you have the Sugar 9k swing turn 3. And there's just not much most people can do about it, right? Like, see, he countered out there, but he's losing so many cards from hand here that it's really gonna hurt the Sakazuki player in the end. So got Sugar down with Great Eruption, then played Brook, which is when attacking -1 cost and then KO a 0 cost character. So KO the Sugar, Yamato takes life. Izo is really clutch in Sakazuki, so that's a good card to get out of life. So you're going to trash the counter out with the Satori instead. You definitely don't want to get rid of that Izo as if you don't have to. Then for 2, going to play Brand New. Getting the Tsuru. 2k counter. At this point, right? Like that Ice Age isn't doing anything, right? Boom, there's Izo. Going 10,000 at leader. Can't do anything about it, so he's got to take it. I mean, it's just the way, right? It's just the way the matchup works. Like, if Yamato starts playing players or characters on board, Sakazuki just gets rid of them and then has the upper hand, right? So, kind of forces Yamato to play like this. I know people don't always like it, but it's like, dude, it's not like all Yamato players just want to do the aggro style, but against certain matchups, it's like the best way to beat them. You know what I mean? People don't get mad at Zoro for playing a bunch of weenies and then like end rush characters, right? So it's kind of the same thing. He's taking the 5k swing there. Playing Great Eruption for the draw, essentially. Minusing Izo. Just so they can get the clean kill with Brook. So going 5k at life, KOing Izo with Brook effect. Because it's at 0 cost at that point. Brook is really, really strong in Sakazuki. Playing Hound Blaze, putting it on Brand New. So now he's a 6. Now he's a 7 with the Dawn. And he's got the EB01 Yamato and the Onami to counter out 3k. Playing another Rebecca. Kind of thinking like, okay, I got 2 blockers on board. As long as he can't rest both of these blockers and go in with a substantial swing, I'll probably survive, right? And getting Hina on board so that obviously he can go for lethal the next turn. So Kuma's over here thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And he's like, well, I guess I don't really have a choice. I'm going to play Amaru. Rest your Rebecca. Now your leader's at 8k. And then for 3, I'm going to play Izo. I'm going to rest your other Rebecca. And going in for 13k at leader. And Sakazuki already doesn't have too much counter. And he gets through. So, GG's. 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 Yeah, and he's saying like he wasn't even able to use Rebecca. He wasn't able to block with Rebecca even one time that entire game, which is kind of crazy. I mean, obviously, right, this is an aggro Sky Island build with Sugar. This is actually really close to, I run a very similar build. I don't run the, I have before, but I normally don't run the 2k yellow EB01 Yamato counter. I think I tend to use Hiyori instead. I don't know. I forgot. I have to look at his list real quick. Let's see. Yeah, so he's running this Yamato basically just as like a last resort extra rush. I've run this before, but you can run Hiyori instead. But this is it. This is essentially the list, right? I really like this. I like the spread of 3-3-3 with these events. Obviously, Reject is not legal anymore starting April 1st here in the East. But if you want the Sakazuki killer deck list, this is it. This is it. And this is, in my opinion, the strongest build, at least from EB01 until the end of OP06. This is the strongest, most lethal, most powerful Yamato list that you can have, really. It's just, it's really consistent. It's really, really good. You have so many options. I love the Sugar tech. I am a big fan. I used to not really be a huge fan of the Sugar tech, but once you try it and you like figure out how to like kind of just with Sugar, these two, even at 2, I've run it at 2. I like it at 2. you can actually use this Ezo for 2k counter, and you don't have to rely on just like getting a 2k counter out of hand to rest that 4 cost or less. Then just with this, with Hody, with Amaru, when you're at 2 or less life, like it's so good. And reject is amazing. Reject is basically how you win against 5 life leaders. It's just really good. It's just all around really, really good. So GG's to Kuma. I mean, this deck was like essentially made for beating Sakazuki, so what do you expect, right? But that was really, really awesome. So shout out to Shakariki-s. So thanks for watching, guys. That was really fun. I'm going to be doing some more of these because they have tons of videos. They put out videos essentially like every day. So if you want to go back in the catalog, you can see some of like the older OP06 videos and all that stuff. Shout out to Shakariki-s. They're awesome. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. They're really good stuff, and yeah, I learn a lot from watching them, and it's been really cool meeting these guys and like becoming friends with them. So just huge shouts out to them. But that's gonna be it for this video, so stay tuned for some other reaction videos, and just for now, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.